This is question 16 on problem solving from section 1 of the 2019 ECAA. So we're given a diagram of a garden shed and we're given some of its dimensions. We're told that someone has two of these sheds that are identical and they want to give them 3 coats of paint on each of the 4 outer walls, including this door. So if painting 1 meter squared takes 4 minutes and this person plans to take one 20-minute break, then how long will this painting operation take? So what's our strategy here? Well, if we're told it takes 4 minutes to paint each square meter, then we're going to want to know how many square meters total that we're painting. So if we have 2 of these sheds and we're painting the 4 outer walls, maybe it's a good idea to group up the same types of wall into different categories, then work out their individual areas. So what about this first rectangle? We can see that it's 2.5 meters by 1 meter. Let's call this wall type A. How many of these do we have? So it's just 1 per shed, but we have 2 sheds. So we're going to have to paint 2 of these types of wall. Then what other types do we have? So there's a similar looking wall at the back, but this is only 2 meters high because of the slope of the roof. That rectangle looks like this, and again, we have 2 of them because we have 2 sheds, and there's only 1 back wall on each one. Then what else is going on? We have these side walls, which are trapezium shaped, and although these are going to be mirror images of each other, considering the outside of the walls, they're going to have the same area. So let's say they all look like this, just for the sake of working out the area. So one side is 2 meters, the other is 2.5, and again, the width is 1 meter. And how many of these types of wall do we have? So there are 2 on each side of each shed, giving us 4 total. So we've considered all 8 of the walls that we need to paint, and so how long is this going to take? Well, maybe it's a good idea to work out, say, how much A area we need to paint, how much B area, and how much C area. That would take us one step closer to our answer of how long the whole thing takes. And so, firstly, what is the area of shape A? We can see that it's 2.5 times 1, which is 2.5 square meters. We have 2 of these, so the amount of A area that we're painting is 2.5 times 2, which is 5 square meters. What about the amount of area B? So the area of one of these rectangles is 2 times 1, which is 2 square meters. We've got 2 of them, again, giving us 4 square meters of B that we need to paint. Then finally for C, what's the area of this trapezium? So you might remember the formula for the area of a trapezium, you might not. The way that I'd look at this is that the area of this would be the same as an area of a rectangle where these 2 sides have the length of the average of these 2 numbers. So consider this a rectangle of length 2.25. That's halfway in between 2 and 2.5. So 2.25 times 1 gives an area of 2.25 square meters. And how many of these do we have? We have 4, so 4 times 2.25 square meters. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times a quarter is 1. That gives us 9 square meters of C that we need to paint. And so now we're in a position to easily work out the total area that we need to paint. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 9 is 18. So if we're painting 18 square meters, what do we need to do now? So we were told how long it takes to paint 1 square meter. That was 4 minutes. So 18 times 4 would give us the amount of time it takes to paint 1 coat of paint across all these areas. 18 times 4 is 36 times 2, which is 72. So it takes 72 minutes to paint all of these areas once. And so let's simplify this into hours and minutes. 72 minus 60 is 12, so that's 1 hour and 12 minutes. Is that our answer? Well, I've somewhat given it away by saying that this is 1 coat, but we were told that this operation takes 3 coats of paint. Now we're not told anything about waiting for it to dry, so let's just assume we can continue immediately. If 1 coat of paint takes 1 hour and 12, then what about 3 coats? So 3 times 1 hour is 3 hours, 3 times 12 is 36 minutes. So 3 coats would take 3 hours and 36. Now, is this our final answer? No, because we were told that the person plans on taking 1 20-minute break. So if we need the total time, let's add on this break to our total. 36 minutes plus 20 minutes gives us 3 hours and 56. So this is the total time that the operation takes. We worked out the full area that we're painting. We worked out how long that would take to paint. 1 time, then 3 times, and then we got to our final answer, including the break. So the final answer is 3 hours and 56 minutes, which corresponds to E.